From Darling Stadium in Hampton, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Football, the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruins. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Darling Stadium. Tonight's game between the Bethel Bruins with 1-0 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 0-1. And Bob, we've had a chance, very fortunate to see both of these teams. We watched Bethel in their opening game, taking on a tough Bayside team, and then we watched, Kecoughtan rather. And then last week we saw Bethel take on a previously playoff team, the Norview Pilots. Right. They were 7-3. Bethel handled them pretty well. So these two teams, I think, match up pretty well.
Well, they really do. And when I talked to Tracy Parker early in the week, he told me, he says, Kecoughtan's big. And he said, but they're not real fast. And this is what the coach told me. He says, we don't have a lot of speed. We've got a lot of size. So, I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I think Coach Coles has got some things he's going to pull out. He's going to start no tight end tonight. He's going to start 3 wideouts. So he's going to try to spread the defense a little bit, because if you remember last week, I thought Bethel's defense just did an outstanding job of holding down a team that the Pilots that were 7-3 last year, which was a good team, and they just manhandled them, didn't let them cross. I don't think they crossed the 50-yard line, but maybe once or twice the whole game.
And Bethel, of course, had the defense really working well last week. As you said, they held Norview to very minimal yards and no score, obviously. But, of course, and again, you'll talk about this with a coach, they need to get a little more offense, but they got Ananias Boyd back healthy, and that could be a big difference.
Guess who's starting tonight? Ananias Boyd is starting, and this kid is he's one of these scatterbugs that just you can't get a good shot at him. And that's usually why a young kid who is small and quick will stay healthy a long time, because the big linemen don't get a real good chance to hit him head on because he's always moving. And we've watched Ananias for a couple years now, and we've both been impressed with the way he can handle the ball and run with it.
Now, Kecoughtan on the other side, they need to get some offense going. They were able to put 10 points on the board against Bayside, but Terrence Thompson needs to really get into the flow and run that offense very efficiently.
Yeah, he really does. The coach has a lot of confidence in him, and he passes the ball well. He's just got to settle down a little bit. He was so pumped up in the first game, and he was overthrowing his receivers, hence they had 2 or 3 interceptions. I'm not sure how many. They had 5 turnovers. They can't have turnovers tonight and win a ball game.
They sure can. In fact, right now we're going to go back in time, as Bob had a chance to talk to head coach Roscoe Coles a little earlier today.
I have Kecoughtan Coach Coles with me. And, Coach, I know last week, you were off last week. You had a bye. The week before, you ran in a team very quick. But this is a team that also went into the playoffs last year. So, I mean, you were tested early with some young kids. But I know they're responding. By talking to you, tell me how these kids are responding.
Well, the kids weren't disappointed. It was a lesson. It was a lesson learned, and we like to think that from every experience we gained something, and it was a positive experience. We looked at what was wrong. Hopefully we corrected it tonight, and you'll see a bunch of energetic, hungry Warriors.
Well, that's what we want to see. That's good. But I also know that, with your kids, that they know you now. This is your team. This is not a team that you inherited. These kids know what you want, what offense and what defenses you want. So that's got to help you.
It is, Bob. It's a key point. All these kids, 99% of them now belongs to me, and they understand the system. They know what we want to do, and they've been pretty systematic about it. I don't know if you guys noticed last week, but the offense was pretty consistent. Right. A bunch of first downs, and we just had some turnover. We cut down on the turnover ratio tonight. You see a totally different ball game.
Yeah, because that's will always get you. Now you've got to see Bethel play. What is your team? How do you match up with Bethel?
Well, we like to think we match up with them pretty well. Brooks didn't play that much last week, but we know he'll probably be back this week, full energy. He's a little firecracker and all over the place. So it'll be a handful to see if we can contain him tonight.
Okay, well, listen, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Good enough. Let's go back to Tim.
Roscoe Coles, the head coach over at Kecoughtan. Of course, he's, working with his team, trying to get them going. What do you expect him to try and do against Bethel tonight?
Well, I know that he wants to spread the defense out, and I think that's probably what his main concern is, that if we pack it in, Bethel runs a defense similar to Hampton, and it's a 6-2. And Hampton has run a 6-2, and you can't run against that 6-2 when they're playing right and they're reading the keys and stuff like that. So I think what Coles wants to do is spread that defense out a little bit, move the linebackers, maybe move them out a half a step or something, open up some slots, and give his running backs a chance to break some runs. That's what he's got to do. He's also got to establish a game where he controls the ball. The best way Kecoughtan can win is keep the ball out of Bethel's hands. And see, last week, when they lost the week before last, they gave the ball up 5 times. Well, that meant here we don't want it. You're gonna score. The team gets the ball is going to score more than the other one. So if you can hit the ball and you can run it and you can run out, run the clock down and keep the ball, keep the defense out there for Bethel and keep your offense out there, and hopefully you'll score some points and win the ball game.
Well, and I think that's a big factor here, and it's certainly elementary. Kecoughtan turned the ball over 5 times against Bayside. You cannot do that and win football games against any team, let alone a good defensive team like Bethel. So Kecoughtan's going to have to keep that ball under control tonight, control the clock, and move the ball up and down the field. Right now, we're going to go back in time. Bob had a chance a little earlier to talk to head coach Tracy Parker of the Bethel Bruins.
I have Tracy Parker, coach of the Bruins, and congratulations on a fine win last week. I know you weren't particularly pleased with the offensive output, but defensively, you guys put on a great show.
Yes, definitely. I believe the defense is a little bit ahead of the offense, but we really worked hard this past week in catching up, and hopefully it'll pay off tonight.
Well, that's good. And I know that as a coach, you expect the defense to be a little bit ahead. But now as you come in tonight, Kecoughtan lost their opener. They're hungry. Coach Coles is out to get somebody. So do you have any problem getting your guys ready to play? No, we don't. One good thing about this ball game is we're playing another Hampton City school, so our kids are pumped up just as well. And we take them one game at a time, and we're not looking over anyone. They have a very good football team. Well, that's good. And one of the things I want to talk to you just a second about is your staff. You got a great staff over there, and it has allowed you to be more of a head coach than you were last year. How has that helped you with the team this year? Well, it's really helped me with the administrative situations that a head coach deals with, and it has taken me off the field per se as a position coach, but I get to move around more, see more things happen. Good enough, and keep your finger on the pulse. Yes, sir. Yeah, very good. Right. Well, listen, good luck to you tonight. All right, and we'll talk to you later. This is Bob saying stay tuned for tonight's starting lineups.
Back at Darling Stadium, Tim Cole with Bob Hintz as the Kecoughtan High School Marching Band is leaving the field after performing the national anthem. Tonight's game is brought to you by Zooms. Zooms with 6 convenient Peninsula locations, and in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where the manager is Nancy Staten. Well, Bob, we did talk about this in the pregame show. We had a chance to see the very first game of the season. These Kecoughtan Warriors take on a very difficult opponent, Bayside Marlins, a 11-1 team with a lot of returning players back. And we were talking a little bit about it off the air, about the value that you get from that. And I think that this was going to help Kecoughtan to play a good quality team to start with, because they can get a better gauge of how good a team they can be down the road.
You got a good point. We're going to listen to John Thompson out there in the center. Hopefully he's going to turn on his mic.
Okay. This is Captain Lyles, Captain Wood, Captain Banks, and Captain Harrison. Y'all shake hands, please. All right, John, if you back up just a little bit for me. It's Mr. Brame will be your umpire tonight, okay? You're the visiting team, you're the home team. I've got a tails and I've got a heads, okay? Gentlemen, you've been chosen as captains tonight. We want you to take care of that as captains on your team. Make sure you control your guys. Make sure we play hard football. No hot dogging, anything like that, okay? All right, okay. Like I said, here's the heads, here's the tails. You're gonna call a toss. You gonna call it? Okay, I want you to call it real loud so he can hear it. Throw it in the air. If I drop it, we'll do it again. Okay, you ready? Hey. They call it heads. It is a heads. Okay, you can kick, receive, defend a goal, or defer. What do you want to do? You want to receive, okay? Okay, you can, what goal you want to defend? Okay, put your backs over there. Put your backs over here for me. right, gentlemen, shake hands and bring them out.
Richard Rawls' crew is out there, and John Thompson is substituting for Richard Rawls, who is out of town, and you have the rest of them. Maybe we'll get a chance. We'll get them all up there for you. But you're right, Tim. That probably was good for Kecoughtan because they could see right away where they needed to work. And there you can see the officials.
Yes, Tim Brame is your umpire. The linesman is Frank Herndon. Brent Kadish is the line judge. Bernie Riesbeck is the back judge, and William Ferry will be the field judge for tonight's contest. We're just about set to get this one underway. Bay Days weekend. This game videotaped on the 8th of September, the year 2000. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful, what a gorgeous night. I mean, we've got perfect weather for this.
Look at, I don't know if we get a shot of the sky, but it's beautiful red, with the sun setting with the red on it. It really looks right great out there. Kecoughtan won the toss, going to receive, as you heard. This will give them a chance to see if the things that they want to do. And, Tim, I'm going to give you the offensive starters for the Warriors. They're going to have 2 wideouts and a split end tonight. And there you see it. Brian Shackelford is the center. McCormick and Davis are the guards. The tackles are France and Mitchell. The wideouts are Williams and Jones. The Z-back is Player. Fullback DeCarlo. The tailback Anderson. And Terrence Thomas. 15 is your quarterback.
All right, and after the kickoff, I'll give you the defense for the Bethel Bruins.
You see right up front whether they're going to, how they're going to spread out that defense of the Bruins.
Kenny Clark's kick is fielded at the 13-yard line. Out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. That will be the ball carrier Carter Jones, number 22, returning the kickoff. Let's see if we can give you the Bruins on defense. There we go. Hairston and Solomon are the guards. Watson and Ellis are your tackles. The ends are Perry and Siles. Jordan and Wood are the linebackers. Whitehurst and Johnson are the corners. And Kenny Clark is the safety for the Bruins. 22-yard line is where they'll mark it. 12-minute quarters in high school football.
So we got 3 wideouts, 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom, and an eye set in the backfield.
Terrence Thompson is your QB. First pass, left side, completes it. Flare pass actually was a lateral, as I believe the receiver was behind the line of scrimmage. That's Joseph Player.
Whitehurst making a nice tackle, Tim. No gain on it. Looked like it might pick up some yardage, but he reacted real quick.
Close to being a lateral. In fact, they do give him 1 yard to the 23-yard line, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Again, double wide receivers to the near side, and a split out to the left. I formation behind Thompson. Man in motion. And a handoff right up the middle. This time it's Manny Anderson carrying the ball across the 25 to the 26.
And you see what he's trying to do. He's spreading them out. Then he put a man in motion and went strong to the other side, hoping he can get the linebackers to shift and that sort of thing. So you can understand his what he wants to accomplish, but he's got to pick up the first down. He's got, what, a good long 6 to go. Looks about like 6 he's got to go. So, you know, this is big down for the Warriors. If they can get a first down here, that can give them a little bounce in their step. And we got a man in motion coming this side. We got flags.
Flags down. Man is open. The ball underthrown to Joseph Player, but a penalty flag on the play.
Tim, had that ball been on time and strong enough, Player had the first down. He was where he needed to be. He was at about the 34-yard line.
Here's the replay, and flag thrown in the backfield.
He said, well, actually, he's almost at the 35, so he had the first down.
Yep.
It's probably against the Warriors because of where the flag is. Maybe illegal
shift on the offense. Refuse. 4th down.
So the Bruins, naturally, with the incomplete pass, will take the down. And that will bring up a kicking situation, and Jason Broski will come on to do the punting, the left-footed kicker for the Warriors.
Really gets a good foot into it. We saw him make some real nice kicks the first game.
I know we're doing a football game, but you talk about the colors of the sunset. If the fans could just appreciate how beautiful the pink sky is over here at Darling Stadium. What a beautiful evening. Light breeze into the face of Broski. He gets a little bit of pressure, but gets a good high spiral.
Kick.
Fielded at the 40-yard line and nowhere. Nice downfield play by number 23, Kevin Jackson, to be there.
Did he do a good job?
Got him dead in his tracks.
Sure did. Here's your Bethel offense.
I'll do that one. Nick Davis is your center. Guards are, I believe that's Hairston and Spivey. Waterton and Vines are the tackles. The tight end is Lito. Banks is your split. Your wide receiver is Spite. Holloway the fullback. Ananis Boyd is the tailback. And Josh Lyles, number 11, at quarterback.
Now kick it. Bethel starting off with a 2 wideouts.
Boyd gets the initial handoff, picks up a yard or 2 before he's stopped by the middle of the Kecoughtan defensive line.
Give you the Kecoughtan defense. We got Davis and Sumter at tackles. The 2 ends of McDonald and France. The inside linebackers, Pendleton and J.R. Banks. The outside linebackers, Manny Anderson and Jacob DiCarlo. The corners of Richmond and Thomas. And Carter Jones, number 22, is your safety.
Thompson.
What did I say?
Thomas.
I meant Thompson. You're right. Thank you.
Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. And Ananias Boyd this time loses yardage. Stopped just after he crossed the 40. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 9.
Tim, that was great team tackling that time. About 4 or 5 Warriors hit him at the same time. But we watch the replay here as he goes off the right side. Right there, boom, first man in it, wrapped him up around the feet, and 3 people helped.
Mark it at the 41, 3rd down and 9 for the Bruins. No score, just underway here from Darling Stadium. 9 minutes and some change left here in the first quarter. Lyles back to pass, steps up in the pocket, gets hit as he throws.
He get hit.
But he threw it, and a pretty good pass, but a good coverage by Kecoughtan that time is, again, Carter Jones back on the defense, and he was defending against Derek Banks. And that was not a bad-looking pass.
No, it wasn't.
This was pretty much on the mark.
Look at the hit he takes.
Yeah, he got smacked. But watch this. This ball was on the money, but excellent coverage.
Yeah, Jones did a great job.
All right, in deep punt formation for the Bruins. High snap. Lyles got his hand on it, and to his credit, got a pretty decent kick away under the circumstances. And the Bruins special team down there. Ball looks like it might have touched one of the Warriors.
Well, it did, Tim, but he was pushed into the ball by one of the kicking team, so it will not be a turnover. We will pick a player of the game from both of these teams tonight, Tim, and that player will receive a plaque and a shirt as we watch the replay. The plaque comes from Engraving Inc., located at Tab Square on Route 17. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. The shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods, located in Pecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb, 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
All right, the Warriors have it for the second time. This time they'll start from their 27-yard line. Double wideouts to the left. And in the I formation, the handoff right up the middle. Ball carrier appeared to be, I think it was number 22, Carter Jones. Or it might have been Kevin Jackson. Let me correct myself. That was Jackson 23 who carried. Out to the 30-yard line. Picks up 3. 23, I believe it was. Jackson, number 23, I believe.
Well, Kecoughtan's still going without a tight end. They've still got 3 wideouts. One they call a Z-back.
From the 30. On the option.
Oh, nice cut. Nice cut.
Very close to a first down. That was number 7, Justin Green, who picked up about 7. He will be close to a first down. Looks like it'll be about a yard short.
Tim, watch the replay. He had nowhere to go outside. Watch this cut back in right there and avoided 4 would-be tacklers. If he continued outside, he would have he'd have lost yardage.
He's going to be about a half a yard shy as they've marked the ball on the 37. He needs to get to the midpoint of the 37 and 38. So it'll be 3rd down and extremely short. Good option situation here for Thompson. He gives off and got the first down. Justin Green to the 41-yard line. So the Warriors will get the initial first down of the ball game, and they'll move the chains, and 7:17 remaining. They'll mark it at the 41-yard line here in the first quarter. There's your replay, and Green swarmed up over, but not until he picked up the first down.
Talk a little bit about the coaching staff. Roscoe Coles, the coach head, is the head over there at Kecoughtan, assisted by Dan Thompson, Brian Hebert, Al Murrow, William Parker, Corey Thomas, and Matt Engel. The athletic director over there, Leonard Thomas. Talked a little bit about the Bruins in just a minute.
Well, you have a lot of time. Now the Warriors are going to take their first of 3 timeouts.
The head coach, Tracy Parker, at the Bruins, assisted by Creighton Incremenius, Michael Brown, Michael Corey, Gary Singleton, Devon Hill, Jonathan Dean, Steve Elliott, Jerry Jenkins, and Levi, how would you pronounce his name?
Wakanakona?
Okay, that's probably better than I did last week. Travis Holt, Ernest Banks, and Miguel Incremenius, and the AD over there is Ray Smith, first year as AD at Bethel.
I'm sure I did very little to improve on how you pronounce it. Going to mention also during the contest, next time we have a break here, we're going to talk about the Bethel High School cheerleading squad who have been chosen to attend the NFL Pro Bowl in Honolulu. And again, I am volunteering to be a sponsor and a chaperone on that trip. I just wanted the people to know I will be glad to take some time off in February to go to Honolulu.
You think you could swing that? Well, you can't go. We'd be doing basketball games. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't give up the big bucks in basketball just to go to Hawaii.
Au contraire. 41-yard line is where the Warriors will have it. Draw play, delay, whatever you want to call it, and he the ball carrier. That's Manny Anderson.
And he picked up a first down.
Yeah, he got plenty of yards. He got 12, 13 yards on the play. Well, I take that back. Now they're going to mark it.
Well, he's already signaled it.
Yeah, they've already signaled it, but they did not get the same.
Oh, look at that. That's Ricky Rawls and Larry Malloy. What a group that is. Hey, Larry, I need a drink.
So they do give them a first down, and it is at the 49-yard line. Originally, they appeared to mark it at the 46-yard line, but not quite that far. But a first down in Bethel territory. Thompson with Green and Anderson in the backfield. This is Anderson, and he'll pick up maybe a yard.
Jonas Watson, 54, right there. Great job at Jonas.
So they give him 1 yard, a second down and 9.
You know, you got to feel good, but if you're Kecoughtan, Tim, you're controlling the ball a little bit. Remember what I said earlier, keep the ball out of the Bruins' hands. They picked up their picked up 2 first downs now. Watch the replay right here.
But most importantly, they cannot turn the ball over.
That's got to be uppermost in their minds.
Thompson got a man open at the 40. And he will not get a first down, as in an effort to get away from a tackler, Carter Jones backed up a yard, although I don't think he was at the first down marker, even if he had fallen to the ground.
No, but he was was almost at the 40. You're right, though.
So the first down at the 39-yard line, they come up 3 yards short, is second down and 3.
Well, you got to like the way the Bruins are tackling, Tim. They tackled it. There was no way he was going to go anywhere but down. That was a good job by that outside guy, and I think it was number 26. I'm not sure, but I will give him the credit for right now, Lorenzo Altman.
Third down and 3. And that should be a first down. Yeah. Justin Green gets yardage inside the 40 to the 38. Needed to get to the 39, so they'll move the chains again.
Again, the offensive line right now is controlling that line of scrimmage.
I was talking to a gentleman out here who was taping for Kecoughtan tonight, and he was saying the same thing. the offensive line could not keep Bayside out of the backfield in that first game, and that was the big downfall. Just didn't give the backfield enough time to find the hole. And
we have a sideline warning on the offense.
Referee John Thompson explaining the motion that had been just given. The Warriors backed up as if they'd been penalized.
Well, they didn't know.
The case. So now they've gone to the sidelines, has Thompson to get the play. I'm going to assume that the game clock or the play clock started after he gave the warning and practice. It looked like they were in clock.
Somebody's supposed to be in motion. Nobody wanted motion.
Terrence Thompson throwing. This will be well out of bounds, incomplete.
You saw the quarterback lift his leg up and move his leg. That's to indicate that he wants the guy on the other side to go in motion, but nobody went in motion. Just put too much underneath this ball.
Well, quite frankly, Bethel had it well defended. That was about the best thing he could do with it, is not to throw it up for grabs. That was an error they made in that game against Bayside. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 37 of Bethel. Deepest penetration by either team. Thompson on the draw. And a good defensive play prevented what could have been a big gain.
41 and 51, Tim.
Got a flag down on the play, and a Bethel Bruin also shaken up on the play. Can't make out his number quite yet, but he is writhing in agony, and let's hope that it's just the wind knocked out or something, as he is going to need attention. I can't make out the number. I think it's 73, but I'm not certain. Here's the replay of the play. We see if we can pick up what happened here. All right, so I am told it is in fact 73.
Well, that's Solomon in it.
That would be Mr. Solomon, and that would be a huge loss for the Bruins if he were unable to continue.
Well, let me tell you, I talked to this gentleman at the beginning of the game who is the dad of the two brothers that play for the Bruins, and they combined to make that tackle. Number 41, Brian Jordan, number 51, Brandon Jordan. So, that was a brother helping brother out there.
I think we might have a lengthy stoppage here, because I believe they've called for the medics, the ambulance. I think he might have broken an arm here, but that's a pure speculation. Don't know that we can tell by the replay what might have happened, but he's in real discomfort right now.
He went down right then. You saw him go down, maybe dislocation or something. But there is a flag on the play, too, isn't there?
Yes.
Looks like. So while we do have a second, Tim, I do want to talk about Zooms, our corporate sponsor. Zooms has given an award to the senior football player on each one of these teams this year, that player who has demonstrated academic excellence. These players will be awarded plaques at a school board meeting after the season. We'd like to thank David Allen and Zooms for the continuing support of WHCS and our student athletes.
They are calling both teams to the sidelines. And, Scotty, I was going to suggest we may want to take a pause here, because I think this may be a lengthy hesitation before we get going again. What do you think? All right, we'll return to Darling Stadium for further action after this brief timeout. Well, there you can see on your screen Joe Solomon, number 73, from the Bruins, being assisted from the field, and we certainly wish the very best for the young man. He's a huge part of this Bruin team. I think you were saying Bobby Holes actually kicks the PATs. He's one of our players of the game in the Bethel game last week. He just played outstandingly well. And they'll have to tighten up their belts and play a little tougher now without Joe in the middle.
Well, Tim, he plays one of the guards on defense. So, you lose one of your starters in there that has been exceptionally well.
on the option play. The Warriors have used that with some success. And again, this time it is number 7, Justin Green, picking up yardage to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down and 3. I lost track during that injury to the penalty flag. I
don't know. Didn't either. Never picked it up either. But it looks like they might try a field goal here. Yeah, and that's exactly what this Broski kid can. He's got a good foot. We'll see, Tim. This is going to be what, a 30?
It'll be a 47-yarder into a breeze, because there was a pretty good right-to-left breeze coming when we were down on the field. So we'll see how this one plays out, but it will be from the 37. Now a penalty flag.
Too much time.
And, that'll make it 52. So that may even change your thinking completely if you're the Warriors. That's a shame that they didn't get that play in time, but John Thompson ruled a delay of play.
A dead ball delay on the offense. 4th down.
Are you going for it again?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try a 52-yarder.
Well, it might be a fake.
That is always the possibility. It's 4th down and 7, and now before the play can be run, the Warriors take yet another timeout.
And Broski picked up the kicking tee, so they may be going to punt it. They may have been better off just trying to go for it.
Yep.
4th and 3 is a whole lot better than 4th and 8. Tim, do you want to talk about our crew? We have cable technicians.
That's
mobile
cable technicians.
All right, White, get them ready.
Asa Carroll, Era Towns. On the slow motion instant replay, Bev Penn. The cameras, Ron Baton, Susan Bowers, Nathaniel Braxton. Engineer Don Scharouse, and I want to talk a little bit more about him later on. Graphics and audio, Andy Foley. And our director, big guy, Scotty Bowers.
There's one of our mobile cable technicians.
Whoa, straight up in the air. Short.
See what kind of bounce it takes. Kind of a sideways bounce at the 25-yard line. So that kind of blew up in the Warriors' face because they would have, with 4th and 3, they were almost where the ball is now.
Yeah, I know what Jason Broski wanted to do. He wanted to kind of push it up there and not kick it normal, because it would have gone into the end zone, and he wanted to try to get it to fall in and around the 10-yard line. Just got too much height on it. We'll be back here next week, Tim, on the 15th. With the same Bethel group. They will be hosting the Hampton Crabbers, the first chance to see the Hampton Crabbers this year.
All right, the Bruins now, and we've got a fumble in the backfield. Let's see who got it. I believe the Bruins will keep possession.
So the quarterback lost it on the center, Tim, and went down on his knee to pick it up. Of course, he's down automatically as soon as the knee hits.
Lost 2. Watch this. Yep, that's exactly what he did. So a 2-yard loss on the quarterback falling on the loose ball. So 23-yard line now is where they'll resume. 2nd down and a dozen. 2:35 left in a scoreless first quarter. Pitch to Boyd, and Boyd is met at the corner by 4 Kecoughtan Warriors and gets nowhere. In fact, lost about 2 more yards.
Well, Tim, I'm impressed with the Warriors showing a little bit of speed to get outside, because you and I know that Ananias Boyd can show some speed. But he started to make that turn, and there were 4 white jerseys waiting for him. Watch the replay here.
See this from the ground level. This play was doomed from the get-go, as he barely got across the 20 before he was met and stopped.
Now, I'm not sure who that was. It was one, it might have been number 15.
3rd down and 14 for the Bruins, going in the wrong direction. In the flat, incomplete.
There we go.
And that was one of those passes where you hold your breath if you're the offense, because there's a lot of bad things going to happen.
And poor number 7.
Derek Banks was the intended receiver.
He went way up in the air knowing he's going to get hit.
So the Bruins back up 4 yards, get nowhere after the relatively short punt by the Warriors, and that bad punt does not come back to haunt them. And now the Bruins will take a timeout, as Josh Lyles was confused and will come over to the sideline to discuss the situation with the coaching staff. 1:48 remaining. The timeout's being burned rapidly here.
They really are. And remember last time the Bruins went into punt formation, the ball was almost centered over Lyles' head. Did a great job of going up and getting the ball.
Got some great games on the horizon here. As you mentioned, Bob, we've got Bethel hosting Hampton next Friday, and then the following week, Phoebus will host Heritage. That should be a really good ball game as well. All right, let's see if we can pick up some of the comments on the sideline.
Which one do it, Doug? Here we go.
Well, they want to make sure that they understand that they may go for the block rather than the return. And if you're watching this Saturday night, you might want to put the tape in and go down to Mill Point and listen to the Free Silver as a band down there. They play classic, brass, rock, and Motown. Don Charouse is the drummer. Now, you know who Don Charouse is. He's our engineer.
Flag down on the play, fielded at the 48-yard line. Anderson still on his feet, and he'll be wrestled to the ground after no gain on the return, but a penalty flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
And it may be, if it's holding against the Bruins, you bring it back. If it's against the, we got a personal foul against
the receiving team.
And if it is, Tim, that's first down.
If it's a
pre-possession. Pre-possession. See how they do it. Anyway, we'll talk a little more about that. The Free Silver, this band, they're going to be out at
personal foul on the defense, roughing the snapper, 15 yards, first down.
Okay, so that was before the kick. So that's a big benefit for the Bruins. They'll get a first down.
Anyway, Don Charouse is a drummer on this band called Free Silver. They're going to be at the Pecoughtan Seafood Festival October 21st. Check them out. And Don said something about young lady, eligible, 30-ish or something like that, and I don't think he was going to slip me a little money to say that.
Don isn't a 30-year-old woman.
Well, see, that's what confused me.
Yeah, that is their first down for the Bruins, and it comes as a benefit of the penalty. Boyd into the middle of the pack, nothing. In fact, he may have lost a yard or two.
Manny Anderson right there for the for the Warriors.
So neither offense able to get untracked here. A loss of a yard, make that almost two. The down marker on the far side of the field, that guy is not even close to being, he's got it marked on the 35-yard line. The ball is on the 34, but where the ball is the only thing that counts. And now the Bruins will burn another timeout.
Well, they got to figure out something. Kecoughtan is doing something a little different, and I'm not sure what it is. They're trying to figure it out.
Well, the Warriors are stopping up the middle. Boyd is not getting any opportunity. All right, let's listen in on the huddle, see if we can hear some of the strategy.
People running through clean, making tackles in the backfield. Let's go.
Bethel so far in the game, Bob, 5 carries for -4 yards. And what you heard was a very short strategy session. Coach Parker said, they're tackling us in the backfield. Let's start blocking. Let's go. I mean, and that's exactly what's happening. They're getting
and you see who's talking
line.
You see who's talking to him now. I see. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I did interrupt you. But the big guy down there, he's the line coach.
Somebody's doing some yelling.
Let's go, baby. Run it. Here we go.
Kecoughtan, on the other hand, 8 carries for 36 yards. So they're averaging about 4 yards a pop, a little better than 4 yards a pop, and the Bruins are minus yards every time they've carried it. So, and that's a real good point. I mean, sometimes it's just a simple thing of executing those blocks, and your offensive line just isn't getting it done. Lyles has a chance to throw, flags down at the line of scrimmage, completed the pass for a first down at the 47-yard line, but again, penalty flags on the play.
Tim, they really zipped that ball in there. It was almost intercepted by, it looked like number 8.
Now let's see if we can detect the holding here, because that's the call, and that's it right there. As the left defensive end looked like he was held coming in.
Oh, that was number 9 for the Warriors.
We have holding on the offense.
Wilson Banks.
10 yards, repeat second down.
So referee Thompson explained it. holding on the offense. So finally the Bruins, they get an offensive play for a first down, and it's brought back after the penalty. Less than a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Join us late. You have missed no scoring. Neither team has even threatened, although Kecoughtan did have an opportunity to try a long field goal, but then a penalty took them out of field goal range, and we're scoreless. Second down and 21, and a penalty flag. I believe we'll have delay of game.
It's like the Bruins are like, we're not sure what formation we want to be in. And they had to wait for the wideout that went to the right side to come all the way to the left. And by the time you wait, you got to set for a second and snap the ball.
On the offense, 5 yards. Repeat, second down.
He's kind of low-key when he talks as compared to our buddy Mick. Oh, I want to talk a little bit about Mick, too. We get a chance here.
You're referring, of course, to Commissioner Mick McCullough, not Mick Foley of the WWF now. That's a different commissioner.
Is that a different commissioner?
Different commissioner. Right over the middle. Nice pass completed at the 35 all the way out to the 39-yard line. And a good-looking play that time as Derek Banks caught the pass from Josh Lyles. Not enough for a first down as they had 2nd and 26, but now it makes it manageable at 3rd down and about 8.
Well, anyway, Mick and I are going to get together and we're going to do a thing on rules and the difference in the college and high school and the pros. And if you have any questions or any rule interpretation you want to know, give Scotty Bowers a call at 850-5365. And he's not there. Leave a message on the machine and we'll take care of you.
Again, Banks, the pass completed. This time enough for the first down.
But, Tim, great job of Banks that time going back to the ball. The ball was thrown behind him, and he went back, made the catch, and then picked up the first down.
Here's your replay. At good time.
See, you kind of saw him coming back there, but he was clear down at the 50 and went back and caught the ball on the other side of the 45, and then he picked up a couple yards to, about the 47.
And that was the final play of the first quarter. So we've played 12 minutes, and we're scoreless after 1 here at Darling Stadium. I want to thank our good friends at Zooms. We're talking about them, but I'm going to talk. You can talk about that academic stuff, but I'm going to talk about the food stuff. You go buy Zooms, you can get. They got pizza, they got subs, they've got fried chicken, they got potato wedges. You need gas for the car, they got Citgo gas, they got Coca-Cola, they got.
Oh, I want to ask you a real
coffee,
question.
They got Krispy Kreme. I'm still drooling here.
How do you know for sure that they've got this stuff?
Well, because they got one in my neighborhood.
Is it like Cheers when Norm walked in, everybody yelled Norm? When you walk in, they say Tim?
Pretty much. Well, sure, I support our corporate sponsors.
Good for you, and it is. It's good food, and you're right. You can fill up your car and fill up your tummy at the same time.
Yeah, let's bring some of that pizza home. I mean, they got some. You can't walk in there without getting that aroma to lead you right over to the pizza or the potato wedges. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Zoom's got 5 in Hampton and 1 in my neighborhood. Ball is at the 47-yard line as we get set to start the second quarter.
Well, Tim, that was 2 good pass plays, picked up 22 yards.
No one in the backfield. Think this a pass? Sure is. Got the tight end over the middle. He's got a first down to the 39-yard line.
And that big number, was it? Is that
89, Willis
89. Overton. I believe he caught the touchdown pass last week, if I'm not mistaken. And I asked the coach about that. I said, how did he get wide open? Did you see something? He said, no, they blew an assignment. The defense blew the assignment, left him wide open, but it was good for for Lyles to pick him up.
And passing will open up the running. That's Boyd, and Boyd is down to the 30, a gain of 9. So all of a sudden, the Bruins come alive on offense.
I tell you, that timeout and a little heated exchange down there with the coaches got the Bruins' attention that the Warriors aren't going to roll over for you just because you won a game.
Well, it's possible, too. The Bruins cannot be totally unaffected by the injury to Joe Solomon. They're probably distracted a little bit, and sometimes you need the coach just to shake you up a little bit and bring you back to focusing.
You got that right.
All right, that was
big guy
Lorenzo Perry, number 30. Check that, Ryan Holloway with the ball.
When I went over and talked to the coach over at Bethel the other day, Tracy Parker, I walked in the hall, and this big guy comes up and says, "You know me?" And I says, "No,
but I will."
Big guy, he says, "I'm the one who was running over all those people last week." And I says, "Who are you?" He says, "Ryan Holloway." And I said, "Well, put your jersey and your helmet on, and I'll know you."
That's the tough part for us is we see these guys from 50 yards away with uniforms on and full pads, and they run into it and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And you want to say, "Well, great. Do I know you?
Who are you?
Give me a number."
Yeah, he's a big kid. You can see him coming off the sideline, number 33. Tim, he's 6'1", 257.
Has not
as
missed a
running
lot of meals.
No, but I tell you, he'll run over you. Again, nobody in the backfield.
And again, it's
oh,
Overton.
What a catch.
Overton at the 15-yard line.
Tim, that ball was there as he turned and looked.
Mark it at the 16 to be exact, but again, enough for another first down. Here we go.
That was great.
He just took the ball right out of the hands of the defender on the play. That was, see if I can pick up the number. That was Pendleton, number 20 for the Warriors, who was defending, but just got outreached. Now in the corner, and that one just poorly thrown, and if he's thinking he'll go down to a knee, but he didn't do it, well, he may work out. He's across the 20 to 21. Brought it out of the end zone. It's hard to...
You might say, don't run it out.
Travis Richmond, and that was just a bad pass, bad decision on the part of the quarterback because he had double coverage and threw it right to the defender.
Well, that was a fade pass, and what should happen is you should be able to put the ball where only your man will catch it or it's out of bounds. He just put too much air underneath it. See how short it ended up. It just was too short.
Ill-advised. The guy was, you have to go along with that so that, just like you said, only one person has a chance to catch it. That's the receiver.
Yeah.
And in that case, it was underthrown. And unfortunately for Bethel, after a very fine-looking drive, have given the ball up on a turnover. Now back to the action as Thompson keeps and brings the ball out to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3.5. They'll mark it at the 25. So let's call it second down and 7 for the Warriors as their defense comes up big. Speaking of big, Harold Mitchell, number 71 for the Warriors.
Big guy.
Tackle on the left side. He is a hoss.
350, Tim. 6'5", 350.
And now the Warriors will take another timeout. That will be their final timeout of the first half. And they'll take it with 9:18 remaining in the half. It gives me an opportunity to talk about the Bethel High School cheerleading squad that has achieved many things in recent years. They are the 4-time district champions, the 2-time regional champions, and were 3rd in the state in 1999 and again 6th this past winter. Among their accomplishments are 7 cheerleaders who, while attending camp at North Carolina State this summer, were chosen as All-American cheerleaders. While this is truly a great honor, they will also have the opportunity to attend the NFL Pro Bowl in Honolulu and participate in the halftime show, while they are also eligible to compete for college scholarships. The trip is also to include a tour of the historic site at the Arizona Memorial, also known as Pearl Harbor. They'll all be fundraising to try and earn money to go, and for some, the financial aspect of the trip will determine if they can actually attend the event or not. If you or your business are interested in making a donation to help their fund, then you may send those donations to the Bethel High School, care of the All-American Fund, and they would greatly appreciate your support. Look at that timing.
Man, timing is perfect.
Oh, not so much for
that
the Warriors.
pocket just collapsed, Tim.
You got to get rid of it quicker than that, and unfortunately Thompson had no opportunity to do so and is sacked back to the 20. That'll be a 5-yard loss and brings up 3rd down.
Here, watch this on replay, Tim. Number 51, Brandon Jordan, brother of 41, Brian Jordan, led the charge. There was 3 Bruins that just collapsed that pocket, and it was nowhere for the quarterback to go, Terrence Thompson.
3rd and 12. Back at the 20. Pitch. Right side.
Got a crack block or something. I see a flag over there.
Justin Green was the ball carrier, but a penalty flag on the play. Needless to say, nowhere near enough for a first down, and they got a chop block, looks like. More than likely, the Bruins will decline the penalty and force the Warriors to punt.
We want 4th down.
You watch the Bruins sideline, and you see the signal from the sideline. Just refuse it.
We want the 4th down.
Yeah.
Everybody
Brad back. You want 4th down?
Yes, sir. We want 4th down.
Again, referee Thompson doesn't seem to understand, but the decision is academic. So with a little bit of grease to his back, Broski will come on to punt for the Warriors. Deep to receive will be Mr. Spite, number 24.
Nice kick.
That was an excellent kick. Spite feels it and bobbles it at the 45-yard line, and that's just enough for the Warriors to get down quickly. And Ryan Lewis, Pendleton, number 20, on the special teams to make the stop, and no return. In fact, a loss after he fielded it at the 44, backed up to the 41.
But you're right, Tim, because of the bobble, that really slowed him down about a second or two. And when those guys are coming down full speed, it doesn't take that long to just get right on top of you.
So the Bruins, who saw their last drive stopped by an interception, will go back on offense, and they'll pick up the passing game pretty much where they left off. They have had very little success running the ball, but they've had good success finding Derek Banks, and that time he picks up 2. But they up 2nd down and 8.
What they're doing, they got 3 wideouts on one side and a strong side, and then one on the down here towards us, and they may just flop it next time and put the heavy on the wide side of the field, and it looks like they're going to have people in the backfield this time.
2nd down and 8. Boyd, and he drags the tackler to the 45, maybe the 45 and a half. See where they mark his forward progress.
Number 20 was in on a tackle, Saliki Pendleton. That was the young man you talked about down there on special teams.
So they mark it just short of the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 5. Long 5. Bruins had moved the ball well here in the second quarter. Just had that turnover. Lyles will be sacked. Nice defensive charge by the Warriors, and as soon as I can pick up his number,
looks like 18.
Yep, that is Ryan Lewis, number 18, sacking the quarterback for the big loss. Watch your replay. It looks like him coming up the middle, or at least a blitz up the middle, and then Lewis just outnumbered the Bruins and got the sack, and now they'll have to kick it.
Tim, what happened also, he had a blocker back there that time, but the blocker went to the right side to pick up the rush, and that came from the left side.
Low snap, but Lyles gets the end-over-end kick away, and it will be touched dead at the 34-yard line. No return on the punt. So the Warriors will get it back, and again the seesawing back and forth. Neither team able to sustain a drive. We're scoreless here on the 8th of September of the year 2000. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and Bob Killen coming to you from Darling Stadium on Bay Days weekend. Just gorgeous weather. I'm so happy for the city of Hampton and all the vendors that are participating at Bay Days to get a break in the weather. It's been
really,
so horrible.
That Labor Day weekend was a washout, wasn't it?
Can you imagine? Just imagine what it would be like if you'd been there.
Been like 2 years in a row for the Labor Day weekend?
Lyles 5 for 8, 53 yards.
And not much happening there. In fact, the loss on the play, as both defenses are just playing extremely well tonight.
58 for the Bruins. Good job that time. Number is Darryl Jones. He's a linebacker.
One timeout remaining for the Bruins in the half, none for the Warriors as they have used them up. As you look in the stands at some of the crowd in attendance tonight.
Got a pretty good crowd both sides tonight.
Gorgeous night. I mean,
yeah. And I bet you these people will leave here and go right down to Bay Days.
Probably will. Can almost walk there from here.
Well, you could.
Thompson just gets it away, throws it into a crowd, and is picked off.
Wow, I don't know how he got a hold of that.
Kyle Whitehurst, number 3, with the second interception of the ball game for the game, I should say. That's the first one for the Bruins.
And look at somebody almost got to the quarterback here. I think it's 54, just as he threw the ball.
And he underthrew the intended receiver.
And he underthrew basically because of the pressure on him.
So the Bruins get it right back at their own 33-yard line. Let's see if they can capitalize. They give it to Boyd, and Boyd tries to cut to the outside. A flag down, a late flag. And Boyd gets to the 38-yard line, but the penalty flag on the field. Done a lot of those tonight. Holding against the offense. Bethel 1-0.
They have holding on the offense. 10 yards, repeat first down.
And it'll be from the point of the foul, Tim. So it was downfield a little bit, so it won't be first and 20, but what looks like maybe first and maybe 18, 17? Yeah.
I believe you're right. Ball marked at the 26.
See, that's one thing I like about Mick when he does it. He lets you know that it's from the point of the infraction. Got movement in the backfield, but he didn't.
Gain out to the 35-yard line.
Flag.
Late flag, and we'll return to Darling Stadium with the conclusion of the first half of action after this brief timeout.
Motion.
All right.
At the snap on the offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
So we had illegal motion. Oh, thank you, Coach Referee Thompson. Now the ear wax has been thoroughly removed.
Well, my sinuses always need a little clean out every now and then. That'll take care of that.
Whistle in the ear. Bethel penalized 5 times here in the first half for 45 yards. They can't afford penalties. Oh, nice block in the back. Oh, my goodness. Almost picked off.
That was dangerous. Had a kid wide open downfield, but it's hard to see when you're running for your life. But there were some blocks in there.
Willis Overton was the intended receiver, but it was almost picked off by Wilson Banks, number 9, as he appeared to be the Warrior closest to the pass, but couldn't come up with it. Watch your replay.
Watch this. Get a load of some of these blocks that the Bruins are doing here.
Good block there.
There's the other one.
But into a crowd and almost picked off 3 defenders around Overton. Lyles wants to pass, finds a man, throws a short. This time Banks does pick it off. And Banks
and he
fumbles the football. Did the Warriors? No, the Bruins will keep it. Excuse me, the Warriors will keep it.
Who would have intercepted that ball? Was that Banks?
Was Wilson Banks, who almost got the previous pass. This time he did pick it off and returned it to the 14-yard line. So the Warriors get a big break. Just the very end of it here, you see where the ball was stripped away from him.
And the ball actually went out of bounds, Tim, so the last possession was the Warriors, and they're in good field position. Hopefully they can come away with some points. That'll really give them a boost. 3:50 to go on the
one of the Warriors left the three-point stance early.
Over anxious.
Well, he was told the count was 2, or remembered the count to be 2, and it was 3.
So that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. So that'll back him up 5. Not been a well-played team, a game from the standpoint of penalties. Both teams have made a lot of mental errors.
Dead ball, false start on the offense.
Defense has played very well, but the mental mistakes, a lot of penalties here. As you heard earlier, the Bruins have been penalized 5 times for 45. Now the Warriors pick up yet another penalty. Move it out to the 19-yard line. Still first down, first and 15 now.
Come on. Yeah, there you go.
Joseph Clare lines up wide to the left. Handoff goes into the middle. That's Manny Anderson. And he will get back basically to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short of that. It picks up 4.
We will pick a player of the game for both of these teams, and that player receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Engraving Inc., and the shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods.
Hey, let's go.
Second down and 11 for Kecoughtan.
Watch the clock.
3:15 to go in the half. Scoreless game. Quarterback option. He keeps it and goes into the middle, but 5 Bruins at least were waiting for Thompson.
Hey, come here. I got you. Bruin meat.
7. Check that 12-yard line is where they'll mark his forward progress.
Well, the Bruins got to be thinking, the Warriors got to be thinking, if we don't pick up this first down, and they got about a long 7 or 8, they've got a good field goal kicker and Jason Broski.
Do not want a field goal at this point. But,
no, but you don't want to come back empty-handed either.
Nope, might be the difference in this game. Pass over the middle. That's going to be a first and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Nice catch.
That was number 26, Michael King, on the receiving end of just a quick slant.
I got Raphael King.
26. Well, it helps if I look at the right word. Raphael. I tried to make him
I blow him, I'm saying.
I got to get these glasses. Raphael, you have to do it right. Raphael King at the 3-yard line. First and goal, so forget that field goal thing. Warriors knocking on the door.
Plenty of time, and they can't stop the clock anyway.
Fumble, flag down. Bruins came up with the ball, but let's wait and see. Now, lots of things going on here. Looked like a fumble.
That's green ball. That's green ball.
Let's see how they rule the fumble.
Hold up, man.
If the penalty is against...
Now, let's just listen.
Hey, we got a man down with Wood.
Yeah, holding against the Warriors, and the Bruins did recover the ball.
And we got somebody hurt for the Bruins. Oh, he's up. Number 44, just shaking up a little bit. Justin Wood.
So,
somebody just reached out and grabbed the arm, Tim. I don't know if we got it on replay, but that ball just popped out. You got it covered up.
Here's your replay.
Right there.
Yep, right there.
The guy coming in from the end, defensive end, just reached out and grabbed the arm.
So a first and goal is wasted on a turnover that still continues to bite the Warriors. Those turnovers have just been crucial.
Good stand.
And this one couldn't have come at a worse time.
Well, we've had 2 pass interceptions by one team and a pass interception and a fumble by the other team.
So the Bruins now will just be probably more than glad just to wear the clock out here. We're down less than 2 minutes to go. Well, with the shadow of their goalpost at their back, they'd just be glad to get out of this one with no score.
Well, and as we said earlier, the Warriors have burned all 3 of their timeouts, so they cannot stop the clock. The only thing that's going to stop the clock is a first down or a penalty.
12 yards, 8 carries for Ananias Boyd. This is Holloway, and he'll try the right side with a little success out to about the 7-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and the clock continues to move now as we approach 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. So the Warriors squander an opportunity as they had a 1st and goal at the 3 and fumble the ball. The Bruins got it, and Bruins now with less than a minute remaining, trying to pick up a 1st down to keep this clock moving. Will not get anywhere close to the 1st down. Now, Kecoughtan can't stop the clock. As we mentioned, they have used all of their timeouts. So the Bruins will have to punt the ball before the end of the half. They will have to do something with it here. And if I'm Kecoughtan, I think I'm going to bring everybody.
I think I'd bring them all. I'm with you.
Let's go!
But they don't have them up on the line of scrimmage.
Now they got a couple of guys back deep, but you know they're going to put some pressure on Lyles. Gets the kick away.
You can't let the ball bounce.
And he picked it up on one hop. And he'll be pushed out of bounds. Clock will stop with the ball at the 25-yard line, and at least time for one play. 6 seconds.
I look for a field goal, Tim.
Well, the ball is at the 25.
35 and plus 7.
Yep, that's what they're going to do. They're going to mark
about a 42-yarder,
32-yard line, which would be in a 42 attempt. Now the clock will start, I believe, depending on whether he was out of bounds before. Let's see what they're going to do.
Well, Bruins going to call timeout.
That'll help them out. Then that'll give the Warriors really a break here, because it'll give them a chance to make sure they've got the kicking team all set up.
Really?
So the ball at the 25, it'll be a 42-yard attempt with a trailing breeze. And Broski, I was watching him when we were doing the pregame show, and he was nailing them from 35 and 40 yards. Very accurate. Let's get some Bethel help.
Hey, listen. Watch the ball. Watch the highs. Hey, watch the highs. You pay. You got that. Tell Kenny he pay. Right. Tell him. Pay. You and Kenny's pay.
We got 3 or 4 conversations going on at the same time. We got to isolate them.
Last one for us.
For everybody. We'll give you 3 next.
All right, Broski, and again, the Warriors did not have any timeouts, so this is really a big help to them to make sure they've got all the right special team on there and get their positions and everything, so they're all set to go. Left-footed kicker, he's got the distance.
Right in there. Nice job, Broski.
So as time expires in the first half, Jason Broski, to be exact, hits a 42-yard field goal to end the first half. So we've reached the halftime, and our score is the Warriors 3, the Bruins nothing. We'll return to Darling Stadium with the 3rd quarter of action after this brief timeout. We are back here at halftime, as the score at halftime is, you see it, the Warriors 3 and the Bruins nothing. And that is a 42-yard field goal from Jason Broski as time ran out in the first half. And here is your only score of the first half, as Broski put it right through the uprights for the only score. The Bruins at halftime rushed the ball 13 times for just 6 yards. Josh Lyles, 6 of 11 passing with 2 interceptions, total of 62 yards in the air, and 68 yards all totaled. They did not fumble the ball. And for the Warriors, they carried the ball 15 times for 38 yards and passed the ball 6 times, completing 3 for 17 yards all total. Their total offense just 55 yards, as neither team able to really show any offense in the first half. Warriors had 4 first downs, And they fumbled the ball once, and they were penalized as well. I'm not sure of the exact number of penalties. It says 1 for 15, and the Bruins had a pick as well, I believe. Didn't they? Yeah, they had the interception in the end zone, and then the Warriors returned the favor as Banks picked off a pass. 6 penalties for 50 yards and 1 fumble for the Bruins in the first half. So I'm sure both coaches talked to their offensive lines, talked to
well, both defenses are playing
defenses
decent.
played very well, but you know, unfortunately, it's always the question: are the defenses playing really well, or are the offenses not playing as well as they can? You know,
well, that's a good point, Tim.
But it's early in the season. This is just the second game for each of these teams.
Now kicking
Even
off.
though, have you stopped to realize, Bob, after tonight, we'll be almost a third of the way through our regular season. I mean, here it is, just the 8th of September.
The third game already, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll do 10 games. We have kicking off for the Bruins, number 45, Tim. That's Ryan Miller. He's the kickoff guy.
Well, not for the Bruins. He's kicking
I'm
off
sorry
for the Warriors.
I say the Bruins. I meant the Warriors. The Bruins are going to get the ball.
Kecoughtan trailing 3-0. Or ahead 3-0, excuse me. Short kick, bobbled. And let's see who came up with it. They say the Warriors.
And it worked. It's just a high kick. Who got it? Number 28? Couldn't see.
Watch the replay. See if
Maybe
we can pick up
Joseph
who it was.
Wallace. I'm not sure which one got it, but
Just mishandled. I couldn't make out who got it, and 28 didn't appear to be the person who got it because he was away from where the action was. But nonetheless, the Warriors get a break on the second half kickoff. From the Bruin 33, Thompson wants to go, flag down, completes the pass for more than enough first down inside the 15, but a penalty flag down.
I bet it's holding, Tim.
Ball is at the 14, but the holding penalty will negate the fine pass. Watch this, plenty of time to throw, but part of the reason he had plenty of time was someone was guilty of holding.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Well, I tell you, the coaching staff are doing a good job for the Warriors because they found something that they kind of flooded the zone there, and he hit the man underneath the deep man, and wide open, nice throw and everything, except you can't be grabbing a hold of somebody.
44-yard line is where they marked it.
That was almost at the line of scrimmage.
First down and about 20. Thompson just gets it away, completes it, down to the 41-yard line. Same receiver, but no penalty flag on the play. That is Joseph Player.
Well, you see what he did, Tim, that time was a rollout, which really makes it a little easier to block for the linemen. Hopefully they'll not have so many penalties. We had a lot of penalties in that first half, both teams. Gorgeous night tonight.
Oh,
beautiful for football.
Bay Days weekend in downtown Hampton. Bay Days going on through Sunday, so if you're watching this game Saturday afternoon, come on down to Bay Days. Fumble. And I believe the Warriors will keep it.
I believe they will too. Heads up on one of the wide receivers. Oh, no, a big 73 got it.
Watch the replay there. You see the ball come loose, and you're absolutely right. That was Julius McCormick who pounced on the loose ball. Ball is shy of the 39-yard line. It's third down and 17 to go. Flag down. Thompson reverses his field. Nice move, but then he lost the ball. Then he got it back.
Tim, he had all kinds of running room on the other side, and just was holding that ball in one hand.
Oh, they lost it, and the Bruins recovered. Referee Thompson signals football belongs to Bethel.
Well, I didn't see that. I watched him here.
Penalty was against Kecoughtan.
Oh, he just went off. He hit it on his own leg.
Well, I knew he'd fumbled it, but there was no, it was a late or slow signal, but referee Thompson ruled a fumble recovery by the Bruins and was quick. I like the way referee Thompson does things. Doesn't mess around. He signaled, didn't wait to go to the sideline to see who wants to take the ball. The obvious choices, he said, nope, penalty against Kecoughtan, refused, Bethel ball. I think that's the way a referee should do it. Keep the ball moving.
We got a shotgun formation.
And we got another penalty flag, I believe.
We got a shotgun formation, no people in the backfield except the quarterback, Lyles. And they blew the whistle. I don't know. I don't see a flag.
We have a white timeout before the snap.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate referee John Thompson tonight, as he has been most informative as he explained to us that penalty, or that play rather, was blown dead because of a timeout.
Well, I do want to let the fans out there know that Mick McCooley, the commissioner of the officials on the peninsula, and I are going to do a program hopefully within a week or so about the rules, the difference between college, pros, and high school. And if you have any questions or any rule interpretations that you want to know, please call Scotty Bowers at 850-5365. And either if he's not there, you'll get his voicemail. Just leave the question, and we'll address that on the program.
All right, the timeout just about over with. 9:43 left in the third quarter, as you see some of the fans enjoying this beautiful night at Darling Stadium, and we can't encourage you enough to come on out here. It's a beautiful arena. This place just a perfect venue for football. Great family night and a pickoff.
Interception again.
Yes, the Bethel Bruins have thrown the ball to the wrong player again. That's Travis Richmond. I believe that's his second pick.
I think you're right.
Watch the replay here. Lyles had time, just threw it too long.
Tim, I don't know if he just didn't look like he got, there was a flag on the play too.
And that is the third interception of the night.
The flag against the Bruins, of course, the Warriors are going to say, no.
White ball, first down.
Yep, see?
See, he doesn't mess around.
Don't mess around.
Do you guys want the ball? I think so.
Yeah, how'd you say that?
You guys want the ball?
Yeah.
Think so. All right, 44-yard line. So neither team really seems to want the ball, as they keep giving it to the other team.
Oh, nice job by 54.
Nothing happening there. Who is 54, Bob?
Jonas Watson.
Jonas Watson, and the ball carrier was Justin Green, but he did not get out of the backfield.
They kind of look like they got a six-man front, and it looks like they brought both linebackers that time, and just too many people. But 54 is playing defensive end.
Loss of almost 4 on the play. Let's call it second down and 14.
Now they're in a 5-3.
Got the option, Thompson, and Thompson executes it very well to the 49-yard line. So a nice gain all the way out to the Bruin 49.
That's the first time Thompson running that option, Tim, that he had some open space when he turned the corner.
Wanted to mention those fans, as you watch the replay here, those fans that partook of the Virginia Tech game Thursday night against East Carolina.
My alma mater.
Nathaniel Adibi.
Looked good, didn't he?
Looked real good for the Hokies. Made some great plays. Of course, a product of Phoebus High School. Again, the option this time to the near side, and Thompson gets the first down. So the Warriors find something that works consecutively. They had a second down and 14 and have moved the ball to the 44-yard line and a first down.
Well, they found something, and that's one thing that you're going to see at when you come back to the second half, the coaching staff of both of these teams doing a good job and got some good coaches over at Kecoughtan, Brian Hebert and Dan Thompson, who weren't there for the last 2 years. Picked up something.
Thompson picked up 16 yards on consecutive plays, total 16 yards, 44-yard line. Warriors leading 3-0. Now Thompson, who has found, and he's got some nice moves, he's got another first down. 33-yard line. Where have they been hiding this offense?
I don't know, but it's looking good. Tim, we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams this evening. That player will receive a plaque and a shirt as we watch the replay. Plaque comes from Engraving Inc., located Tab Square on Route 17. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. Shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods. They're located in Pecossin. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
3 quarterback running plays, 28 yards. This time they pitch it right side, Justin Green, and he is stopped after a short gain. Thompson needed a breather, I guess, but the option worked on back-to-back plays.
Really
option
did.
to the right, option to the left, and then the last option was somewhat of an improvisation that I don't think that was the original idea. But,
I think it was a pass play.
Yeah, it looked like a pass play, but he made it work for 11 yards. Ball is marked at just shy of the 30 of the Bruins. Pickup of about 3 on that play. Second down, and let's call it 7. Thompson has plenty of time. Now rolls, looks, decides to run with the ball, and then is grabbed on a nice defensive play by number 75 of the Bruins, and that is James Harrison.
Hairston,
not Harrison.
Hairston, yes.
Looked like Thompson was going to go for some yardage there and ended up being stopped after no gain. Turned the corner and Hairston grabbed him and flung him to the ground.
Hey, got a hold of that jersey, you're not going anywhere. Remember tearaway jerseys?
Yeah.
I just wondered, you old guy.
Right up the middle.
Man.
I got to tell you, Bob, I heard one of the coaches before the handoff yell touchdown. That's how they knew that play was going to work as well as it did.
Manny Anderson
right up the middle. That was, what, about 23 yards, Bob?
Yeah.
31 yards.
31.
Walk. Let's go.
And Manny Anderson makes it 9-0 in favor of the Warriors. That was ironic that I heard the coaches to my left before that snap of the ball, they said, touchdown, and I didn't know what they were talking about, and then I realized
you saw it.
They had the right play against the right defense.
Yep.
So with 6:25 remaining in the third quarter, the Warriors have taken a 10-0 lead now. Watch the replay of this burst right up the middle. Once he got past the initial defenders, no one was going to catch him. So Anderson with the touchdown and Broski with the PAT, and it's 10-0 with 6:25 left in the third quarter. Kecoughtan trying to even their record at 1-1, and they're trying to cause the Bruins to fall to 1-1. Bruins had some good chances, threw that interception a while ago into the end zone, or they might have had some points on the board. But
wasn't this score set up by interception, by a turnover, wasn't it?
Yep.
And of course, it started off with a turnover at the beginning of the second half on the kickoff by number 45 for the Warriors, Ryan Miller.
This appears to be an onside kick. The Bruins just let it go over his head. You know the coach is going to tell him, listen, next time that ball is like that, grab it.
Free ball, 10 yards is anybody's ball.
And what happened was the ball ended up going over the first wave of receivers to that gap area where there isn't anyone. And fortunately for the Bruins, someone alertly fell on it.
Well, obviously that's why they're using Ryan Miller to kick off, because he's doing a good job of placing that ball right where nobody's catching it.
Bruins catch a break here. They've got it at their 37. Again, we'll mention that Joe Solomon, number 73, has left the game in the first half with an injury we're not sure of. Hopefully nothing serious, but they did have to attend to him for quite a while, and he was helped off the field as a flag is down on this play.
And that's illegal motion in the backfield. I could saw it. Somebody moved prematurely.
All right, so the Bruins will back it up because they gained about 5. You know, Kecoughtan isn't going to want to let the play stand.
Motion on the offense. 5 yards, repeat, first down.
Scared me for a minute. I thought they were going to take the play. Last time I checked, I would have taken that penalty. 1st and 15 for the Bruins. These same Bruins will be here at Darling Stadium next Friday night, 7:30 game time, as they will be here to host the Hampton Crabbers. Hope to see you here in attendance. Nice crowd tonight.
Yes, there is.
As there should be. We've got Warriors in the neutral zone. Let's see if they were drawn off.
And that was the new quarterback in number 10 that did that, Tim. Who is that? Number 10.
Number 10 is Kyle Franklin.
We have a dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5 yards, repeat, first down.
So they're right back at 1st and 10.
Yep. Give a penalty, take a penalty.
Well, and the quarterback, Kyle Franklin, is starting. I don't know if something is wrong with
Josh Lyles?
Josh or not. Number 11, I'm trying to find him on the sideline. And I don't see him.
Franklin throwing and completes the pass at the 41-yard line. Did they say it was completed? The Warriors on the far side are waving no catch, but the officials who have the only say in the matter.
Yeah, he caught that ball.
At the 41.
Do you see? Oh, there he is. He's sitting
on a bench.
Yeah.
So he just maybe, I think Coach Parker just figured, hey, we're down 10-0. Let's try something different. Let's throw a different quarterback in there and see if the change will make a difference. So we've got Kyle Franklin, who is a senior, and he hands off to Ananias Boyd, and Boyd is out close to a first down, depending on the mark.
If he marks it where I think he's got it, he got the first down. Sometimes just a different quarterback in there sometime will pump you up a little bit. He'll come in with a little more enthusiasm, a little spark, because he get a chance to play. You know, he's excited, and it's, just kind of gets contagious. Everybody gets, hey. We got
a player hurt. Bruins shaken up. I'm not sure what the problem is, but he's trying to take his jersey off. Might just be an equipment problem. I don't know. Hopefully.
Oh, he's holding his head.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that occur before, but at any event, the young player is coming off the field, holding his head. May have gotten a severe headache, or I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what happened. That's Jason Waterton. Let's hope that he's just a headache. He's got the water bottle or something on his head.
All right, back to the action here. I'm assuming that would be a charged timeout to the Bruins. This is Boyd, and Boyd is across midfield and into Kecoughtan territory at about the 47.
Well, they're going to have to get something to spark the Bruins right now. The Warriors are playing good defense. They've taken the ball away as much as they've given it away. Well, maybe better. I don't know what the turnover situation is, but I believe that the Warriors have taken the ball away more times than they've given it up tonight.
Just 19 yards tonight for Boyd on 10 carries. Still recovering from that early season injury, Franklin, and he's got the first down at the 40-yard line.
Well, that was smart. He had an open receiver, Tim, but it was like his second or third read, and he just felt a little, a little pressure there, and he said, well, what I think I'll do is I'm going to run with this ball, but he better tuck it away, which he did just as he got hit. But nice job that time by Kyle Franklin.
Official mark now is at the 41, but still enough for the first down. 10-0 in favor of Kecoughtan. We're in the third quarter, 3:14 remaining. 42-yard field goal and a 31-yard dash as Franklin is hit, and this one picked off, same man that picked off the last one. This is Wilson Banks, and Banks is in Bruin territory with the turnover.
Well, I tell you, Tim, he was hit as he thrown, and that's why the ball didn't get where it was intended, but great job by Banks.
How many picks?
Now we have Anderson picked up a couple, and here we watch it, and watch him get hit just as he throws right there.
Last time Banks fumbled the ball. This time he made certain he did not. Fourth pick by the Warrior defense tonight, second by Wilson. So the Warriors get a break, make their own break, however you want to call that. They've got it at the Bruins 35-yard line with 2:56 to go in the third.
Great job by the defensive line putting pressure on the young quarterback.
Thompson wants to get it and almost had it picked off. Wanted to get it downfield, and the Bruins had a great opportunity but couldn't hold on to the football.
That was Kenny Clark, 25, Tim, that went up high and just couldn't hang on to the ball.
Catch the ball and move with on the ball. Move with on the ball. Let's go.
2nd and 10.
And that wasn't a bad call because you got the defense kind of sitting back on his heels, a little depressed, you might say. Go for it.
And a flag down before the snap of the ball.
Well, we may have a Bruin that somebody got in the neutral zone or something.
Speaking of going for it, I'm sitting up here thinking, it's about 10 after 9. I could sure go
We have
for
a dead
some
ball,
fried chicken.
encroachment on the defense.
Where would you get that
5
fried
yards,
chicken?
second down.
Where'd you get the fried chicken?
I might well stop on the way home. Get it at Zoom's. They have fried chicken, potato wedges, subs,
well,
pizza.
You going to stop picking up? I'm going to come on out.
I'm going to be in the wrong direction.
Oh.
But you go to a Zoom's near you.
I can do that. Right down there on Kecoughtan Road. On Woodland Road.
Yep, right around the corner. One of our fine corporate sponsors, Zoom's. Thompson followed the tailback through the hole and picked up yardage, brings up third down and short. Marks the ball at the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2. Justin Wood in on the stop for the Bruins. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Kecoughtan leading 10-0 and trying to add more. Justin Green, and he has got nothing. He will get back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps, and that'll bring up 4th down now. This is decision time. You've got Brodsky with that good, strong leg, and he's got a breeze behind him.
And this would be from the, let's see, the ball spotted where?
Well, the ball is at the 27, so it'd be about a 45-yarder.
44, 45, yeah.
I would go for the first down here. I think that's a better.
Well, we're going to have a timeout. Think about it. Who's going to call the
I
timeout?
think the Warriors are.
Yep, you're right.
Let me take a chance here to remind the folks, I mentioned it earlier, about the Bethel High School cheerleading squad. Have achieved many things in recent years. They're the 4-time district champions, 2-time regional champions, and 3rd in the state in '99. Among those accomplishments are 7 cheerleaders who, while attending camp at North Carolina State this summer, were chosen as All-American cheerleaders. While this is truly a great honor, they also have the opportunity to attend the NFL Pro Bowl in Honolulu and to participate in a halftime show. While there, they'll also be eligible to compete for college scholarships. The trip is also to include of the historic area of the Pearl Harbor area. They will be all fundraising to try to earn money to go, and for some, the financial aspect of the trip will determine if they can actually attend the event or not. If you or your business are interested in making a donation to help their fund so they can go on that trip, please send your donations to Bethel High School, care of the All-American Fund. I know they'll appreciate the support. All right, 4th down and 2. Thompson on the quarterback keeper has the first down at the 21-yard line. The ball comes loose. The Bruins say they've got it, and they do. So Bethel causes the turnover.
I think it's been a game of momentum switches.
Thompson had the first down, but coughed up the ball. So the Bruins get it back and maintain just a 10-point deficit. Okay. Here's the replay. See if we can see what happened on that last play. You'll see Thompson come with the option, and he's got the first down, and then the ball pops loose. In the middle, Boyd not even back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. Kyle Franklin continues to be the quarterback as Josh Lyles is on the bench.
Number 18, Ryan Lewis, is among others in there to stop the run that time. Actually lost a yard, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Second down and 11 for the Bruins. 40 seconds remaining. Boyd trying to get around the corner. Late flag comes down.
And the ball loose.
Ball loose again, and let's see who's got it this time. And the Warriors say they have it.
And one of the officials was pointing that time. I like John Thompson. They don't want to take no penalty. They want the ball.
Penalty was against the Bruins, and it is declined as the turnover again gives the ball to the Warriors. I hope Bob has been keeping track of these turnovers, because I have lost track as we are approaching a half a dozen each. Yes. Turnovers. Seven turnovers.
Yes, turnover, you get penalty.
How about an apple turnover? All right, Thompson, who just lost the ball, pitches to Green, and Green spins away from some tacklers and picks up some yards. He got a good 5 yards on that play.
He sure did.
And we're going to have a treat for you between the quarters here, so we invite you to stay tuned right after the end of this quarter. We're going to get down the sideline, and that would be the final play of, as you watch the replay here. Nice job by Green to spin away from would-be tacklers. But that is the end of the third quarter. And after 3, it's Kecoughtan 10 and Bethel nothing.
Let's go down to Ron Bates.
I'm going to have to have Cecil B. debating down there and have them do take number 2 there. They were a little out of sync on their presentation.
But the camera work was excellent.
Oh, of course. Cecil B. debating.
Cecil B. debating. Debating.
That's Ron Baton. We did talk about a crew. Eh?
ESPN boneheady.
Is that what he said?
That's what I think I heard him say.
Talk about a crew. Of course, we want to talk about our mobile cable technicians. There's Carol Era Towns, cameras, Beth, Ron Baton, Susan Bowers, Nat Braxton. On the instant replay, Bev Penn. Engineer Don Charouse, who is the drummer. And Andy Foley is doing audio and graphics, and the director is Scotty Bowers.
We have a drummer on our crew?
Oh, hey, let me tell you something. The rumor is going around town that Don Charouse may be the backup drummer for Hanson that's playing, that is singing down at the Bay Days.
Really?
Yeah, it's the rumor.
Did Don start that rumor? Or?
I don't know. Let me see here. I picked up a little money here. That's just a rumor I heard.
Never know about these rumors.
Oh, and we got a call down at the Woodlands that the Hanson's father wanted to get a tee time Saturday morning, play a little golf. He knows.
Maybe he'll play with me. Wide open, touchdown.
Who is that?
16.
Big number 80.
Yeah, that is number 84, the Kecoughtan Warriors. That is Edward Ross.
And I want to apologize to Edward Ross. Last week we had Edward something else. It wasn't Ross, and I apologize to Edward Ross. Nice move, and it was wide open. It's something that the coaching staff has picked up.
Warriors capitalizing on so many of the penalties. And with 11-12 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, you got three. You're down by 3 scores. You're the Bruins, and Tim, you've got less than 12 minutes. You got just almost a full quarter, and you got to score 3 times, and it's going to be hard if you keep coughing the ball up.
I'm going to get an official count from Bob here on the total number of turnovers by each team. I think, Bob, did you mention Bethel had 7 turnovers? And how many have Kecoughtan had? I know this is taxing for you, but
well, don't ask him 2 questions at once.
How many turnovers has each team had in the ballgame? These are not.
These not
what is Scotty say? Not rocket science, not brain surgery.
That's what Scotty said. Hey, what is this, brain surgery? Well, they say you got.
Kecoughtan has 4 and Bethel has 7.
Wow, 11 turnovers between the two. Kecoughtan's 4 turnovers, Bethel 7. And 3 turnovers, 3 scores. So you can equate it that way. If the turnovers were even, the team with 3 more turnovers is down by 3 scores.
And you know where the ball's going, Tim. It's going to be high and short.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little longer this time.
Fumbled at the 15. And it happens all the time. Boyd is gone.
No flags.
If there aren't any penalty flags, he is gone.
And the coverage overran the play, so to speak.
There is a penalty flag.
Oh, there is one on the far sideline over there.
Yep.
It may be on the bench. They were warned earlier, weren't they?
Well, I will let Mr. Thompson tell us what this is about. The clip will wipe out. That's a shame because that clip, he was already gone.
Yeah, I don't know where that.
Why would anyone clip? He was well past where the flag is, and no one was even close to him. I'd love to see, and I'm sure we'll get a chance to see the replay.
They have clipping on the run back, 15 yards, first down.
If that flag is in any, we'll see if we can pick it up because you're going to see Boyd fumble the ball.
And it looked like it
offside.
Offside on the kicking team.
He fumbled it around the 15, then he picks it up. So he's gone right here. Why would anyone clip in that area?
Yeah.
You know what? They came
But the penalty has backed the ball up from where that clip would have occurred, where there was no player to clip. If this was a Phoebus game, we could say that was a phantom clip. 23-yard return is what Boyd ends up getting out of that. And I'd love to have picked up that clip because I never saw it. And the way they were penalized, Bob, the clip had to occur in an area where there was no one to clip.
There was nobody there. Where the flag was thrown.
Right, the penalty moved the ball back to the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well,
so the penalty flag
had to be around the 40.
Occur around the 40 where there wasn't anyone to clip. I'm not saying that it didn't occur. I just didn't see it. There was no evidence of it.
Bruins calling a timeout. I know they got to be frustrated. They just looked like they had 7 points and would cut the lead down to 10. But as is, they're going to have to go down and get a.
What's happening, Ron Baton? Wave to the fine folk. There's Tina. She knows to wave.
Oh, yeah.
You do your queen wave, right?
And who's the guy on the phone?
That's Bob's on the phone. He's not on the phone.
He's talking to Scotty.
Well, an odd occurrence.
Stromboli's. Is he talking about Stromboli's?
Don't talk about Stromboli's. I can't wait to get this.
I love Stromboli's. Love good food.
You were going to talk about something about Zooms and the academic award. We'll get to that here when we get a chance.
I'll do that when we come back.
2nd down and 4. Yet another hanky down. Kyle Franklin. Nice move to get away from a tackler. He has enough for the first down, but who's the penalty against? Not a well-played game on either side of the ball tonight, if I can be so blunt.
You can.
11 turnovers.
The Zooms is given an award to the senior football player on each of the teams this year who has demonstrated academic excellence. These players will be awarded plaques at a school board meeting after the season. We want to thank David Allen and the Zooms for their continuing support of WHCS and our student athletes. And it looks like it's against the Bruins. So that'll negate that first down. Let's see what happens.
Got procedure on the offense, 5 yards, 2nd down.
So you heard referee Thompson.
Well, now the procedure, it goes from the line of scrimmage. But you see with the procedure, the flag was thrown 5 yards downfield. I'm missing something.
Well, I'd love to know who clipped whom on that return. Franklin throws incomplete. Ball got on the ground before the Warrior defender could get it.
61 for the Bruins comes up limping. That's Nick Davis.
The intended receiver on that play was Brian Haygood, and a ball thrown just a little too low.
Brings up a 3rd and 10.
I want to mention, now that we're in the 4th quarter, that tonight's contest brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where the manager is Nancy Staten. They're conveniently located at the Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. For a tour of their new facility, please stop by or call them at 827-4670. This one thrown well over the head of anyone. Had 3 defenders back, 1 intended receiver, and the young man you were talking about earlier is still limping, and now he's going to come out of the game. Nick Davis, 61. And we've got the kicking team coming on as Josh Lyles, who had started at quarterback, will continue to be the punter.
And the center is who? The other quarterback, Kyle Franklin.
$11 penalties in tonight's contest. Lyles gets a nice looking kick away. Fielded by Manny Anderson at the 25 to the 30. 32-yard line, where the Warriors now will have it with 9:37 remaining in the 4th quarter. And they hold a 17-0 lead. Watch the replay here, the punt. And the return by Anderson. They've marked it at the 32. Terrence Thompson, who's played well tonight at quarterback, and ever since Kecoughtan learned that the option works, he's worked it very well.
Well, that time he tried the option again in Big 54 for the Bruins. That's Jonas Watson, 6'2", 215 defensive lineman over there. Got a hold of him that time, but if he hadn't, he'd picked up some yardage.
The option, and we call it that because there is a trailing back, really hasn't been executed. He's not chosen to.
I think he pitched the ball one time, I think, tonight.
But for the most part, it's kind of a quarterback keeper as much as it is an option, although with that trailing back, the option is always there. Back to pass. Thompson throwing in a crowd, but the pass is completed. Interesting, the receiver turned around. That's Joseph Player, excuse me, and he turned around and the defender didn't, and that was to Player's benefit because he turned around and the ball was there. The defender never turned around. Had he done so, he might have had a chance. See this? He didn't. He turned him around, and then Player was waiting for the pass.
Yeah.
The point was the pass was thrown before Player even turned around. It was one of those things where I'm going to send you down the field
where
15
you're going to
yards.
be.
A little bit of both.
Timing.
It's lucky timing. Thompson does pitch.
And nowhere.
Ball came loose, but it was after the whistle had blown, so Justin Green loses a couple of yards. Ball marked back at the 42-yard line, so it's a loss of almost 3 as they had started this set of downs at the 39. 2nd and 13. Warriors now just anxious to burn time off the clock. And they'll pass. And almost picked off.
Whoa. That ball was in 35's hands, and he wasn't sure. Alonzo Perry, he was going for the tackle, and the ball hit him in the chest and got away from him before he got a chance to get it.
Lorenzo Perry on the defense for the Bruins. Watch the replay here. I'm up 17-0 with less than 8.5 minutes to go. I got to wonder why I'm throwing the ball.
We got some movement.
Movement, flags, and whistles. And a stare down.
A stare down.
Oh, you got a couple of players.
Is that anything like a Stairmaster?
Not at all.
Okay.
This is called machismo. So the movement was by the offense.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. Remains 3rd down.
That makes it a little longer. 3rd and what? About 18?
Yep. So your alma mater didn't do quite as well as people thought they might.
No, a lot of people saying East Carolina was going to do something, but I tell you, that Tech team is tough.
I think they're for real. Thompson rolling, looking, has plenty of running room. Got a block downfield. A nice block to spring him close to, but not quite a first down.
There's a penalty too, Tim, right there at the 40.
Of course there is.
39-yard line.
Edward Ross was engaged with a defender, and that's going to be the call because he had him kind of wrapped up. I thought it was a decent block. Probably in the NFL they wouldn't have called that, but in the high school you can't.
On the offense, 10 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
I don't know that was the call, but he had him locked up pretty well, and it looked like he was pushing him, but apparently the official, who's much closer to the play,
might have had a couple handful of jerseys there.
Yeah.
Tim, the ball is right back at almost at the line of scrimmage because the holding actually occurred 10 yards downfield. So from the point of foul, it's nothing that happened really. It's 3rd and 18. Well, they got 20, so it's pretty close.
Yeah, 3rd and 20. And now we've got yet another flag. I thought Flag Day was last Friday night.
No, they're trying to outdo that other group.
Well, if you commit the crime, you do the time.
Yep.
It's third down.
Still third down. Third down and a mile now. 3rd and 25. Got one of those in your playbook. 7-11 left in the fourth quarter. Kecoughtan 17-0. They led 3-0 at halftime on a 42-yard field goal by Jason Broski, and they've added 2 touchdowns here in the second half. Thompson will just heave it up for grabs, and it's almost picked off. Not able to hold on to it, however, was number 3, Kyle Whitehurst of the Bruins. So it's just a long, incomplete pass and brings up 4th down and 25.
And the left-footed Jason Broski in to punt. Here's the replay.
There you saw Whitehurst on your screen. And this is just heave it up and see who comes down with it. Nobody in this case.
3 defenders over there where the ball came down.
Low snap to Broski, but he gets the good kick away. It's going to be downed by the Warriors at the 34-yard line. So actually not as good a kick as it appeared it might be at first.
He kind of hurried that a little bit with that low snap.
Yep. So Bethel will get it back again, but they have committed 7 turnovers in the game.
And we've got Lyles back in a quarterback, it looks like. Josh is back, number 11.
Ryan Holloway comes out of the lineup. No one in the backfield except Lyles. The snap goes over his head, and he is being pressured. And if he can get the corner, he might be able to get some yardage. Now he throws it, and he got a man wide open at the 38-yard line. Good heads-up play by Lyles. They've got a first down at the 17.
You thought he was going to run, but he knew that he was back far enough from the line of scrimmage. What a nice move.
Brian Haygood.
And if he didn't have to wait for the ball, Tim, he would have probably scored, but he had to wait for the ball.
47 yards. Watch this replay. See, he's way back here, so he's going to run quite a distance. You think, well, he's over the line of scrimmage. No, he's not, because he had been so far back. And there you saw, Haygood just had to come back to the ball, and that prevented the touchdown. So the Bruins are not dead yet. Lyles. And just as he threw the ball, he was hit, and that caused the errant pass.
Well, he had a man wide open in the back of the end zone. That was big number 84 for the Bruins. That's who is that? That's Mike Lato.
2 timeouts remaining for the Bruins, 1 for the Warriors. 17-yard line is the line of scrimmage. First down. Second down. They didn't change the yard marker. Lyles again with a errant snap. Has a man wide open. Flag down at the line of scrimmage. If the play stands, the Bruins will have a 1st and goal. We'll come back in just a moment. We're going to take a brief pause. We'll be returning for the conclusion of tonight's contest after this timeout.
Oh, and Lyles is hurt. Oh. Who am I talking to?
Me.
Okay.
Well, the penalty is going to negate the fine effort of the Bruins.
As we was talking about Lyles shaking his left arm, it's you got a stinger.
So far, we haven't seen an indication of the penalty, although they've moved the ball all the way back from the 2-yard line.
5 yards.
So they're going to, he'll tell us, Thompson will.
Ineligible, downfield, on the offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
All right, so that's why. 11 penalties for 85 yards. Out of the shotgun. Lyles, and just couldn't find an open receiver and went down, had the sack.
And that's 18, Ryan Lewis.
Why are you covering up the tight end?
We have got to talk about a player of the game from each squad.
Yeah,
here.
but we're going to Kecoughtan. You got 22 Jones, 7 Green, 8 Manny Anderson, 12 Richmond, 18 Lewis, 9 Banks, 26 King, Broski, who started the thing off, and Terrence Thompson's done a good job.
He does. There are a lot of good choices there.
And on the Bruins, you got Watson, Jordan, both Jordans, Banks, Overton, Whitehurst, Hairston.
Lyles,
Too far.
Deep in the corner. Too far for the receiver.
Jones, Darrell Jones.
Well, let's give him a few more seconds here, and we'll make our decision. Watch the replay here as Josh Lyles is hit as he throws the ball. 3rd down. 3rd down at about 17. Is that who you like? Why not?
You on or off?
I'm just, that's an option.
Lyles got a man open at the 17, the 10, and he bulls his way down close to the 5-yard line, and that will be enough for a 1st down for the Bruins. They mark it at the 4.
Was that 84, right?
Yes.
And he was the young man, Mike was the young man who was open in the end zone a minute ago.
Mike Leto. Got some different spellings from your buddies over there at Sports Complex.
It's L-E-H-T-O. What they got?
Well, it's supposed to be L-E, but they got L-A.
We got another penalty? Well, the Bruins can't do anything with it. Every time they get a good...
Covered up, went downfield, caught the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't throw that out of bounds.
5:09 to go. Offensive pass interference.
Loss of down. And I'll tell you where that happened. There was a block thrown before the pass was intercepted that helped spring him. And I bet you that was the call.
Not intercepted. It was an offensive.
Before the completion. Yeah. The block was downfield on the defensive back.
Well, that was extremely crucial because instead of 1st and goal, it's 4th and a ton. 4th and 31. Make that Kecoughtan ball. As my choice for the player of the game for Kecoughtan, number 9, Wilson Banks, after 2 picks and now a probably game-ending sack.
I believe you're right. Where are we going with the Bruins, Tim?
I did my work.
I think I'm going with number 54, Jonas Watson. Has done a great job defensively.
I think that's a good call.
But we'll go with Jonas.
So the Bruins have been their own worst enemy tonight as they've committed a dozen penalties and 7 turnovers. You're just not going to win a lot of ball games with those kind of mistakes. I do win some kind of understatement of the year award, I believe, on that one, Bob.
I think so.
Thompson, who's fallen in love with that option play, picks up enough for a 1st down, gained 11 yards. Bob showed me a sign that says positive thinking wins this game.
I tell you, you got to look at Roscoe Coles, and he was upbeat. His coaching staff did a great job preparing them for tonight's ball game. And and I just kind of believe maybe that the Bruins might have taken Kecoughtan a little too lightly. And sometimes it gets in the kids' mind, and it's nothing the coaches are doing. They just they looked at the film and saw how bad Kecoughtan looked against the Bayside team and thought, well, we ought to be able to take care of them. They may have, not even verbally said that, but just figured that this was going to be not a real tough contest. But
well,
surprise.
I don't know that was the case. I know you're just speculating, but I can't imagine they would. After one game does not a season make, and Bayside is a good football team. So, I mean, if you judged Kecoughtan on that game, you would be sadly mistaken. But I just think it was a case of concentration. I just don't think the Bruins, well, when you commit a dozen penalties and 7 turnovers, you're just not concentrating.
Right, but you're right. The penalties have killed them.
Yeah.
I mean, they picked up yardage, had a touchdown call back, and
Yep.
we never saw that.
The phantom clip. And I'm not saying it didn't occur. I just
say we never see it.
Where they flagged it was
Green's first name.
Justin Green, number 7.
Kristen.
Justin Green.
Yes. Too much of that.
Yes, it is. Second and 8. Clock moving. 4:15 remaining. Justin Green gets the call, and he's stacked up. May have gotten a yard.
But all they want to do now is just run as much time off the clock as they can, talking about the Warriors, Tim, because, I mean, everything is on their side right now. They're deep in the Bruins' end of the field. They're taking the time. They're running. Like you said, I don't think I'd be passing the ball because you got an interception or you got an incompletion. You're going to stop the clock or you're going to turn the ball over. Let's just run the ball and see if we can't pick up a couple of first downs. And if we have to punt it, let's punt it in the end zone or just pooch it.
Third down and about 7. They're going to throw, and that will go incomplete. And it stops the clock with 3:26.
Again, I'm like you. I don't understand the call. You've got a 17-point lead. Your ally is the clock. Use it. Of course, we're going to bring Broski out. We're going to try from about the 37-38. So it'll be about a
37-yard line, 47-yard
kick.
Broski's hit one from 42. And we got movement. Looks like
no, Bruins went into the neutral zone, so that'll move them 5 yards further.
And I think that might change Coach Cole's attitude. He may go for the first down here.
I think you're right.
Encroachment on the defense remains 4th down.
You heard referee Thompson. It's not enough for a first down, but it's now 4th and 2, which is a whole lot different than 4th and 7.
Yeah, and that option play's been working good, hasn't it?
Granted, it would make a shorter field goal attempt, but if you can get a first down here, you can basically run out the clock here for the last 3 minutes or so. Quarterback keeper. And I don't think he got it.
It's going to be close, but I'm right. I don't think he got it either.
No, they're marking his forward progress at the 25. They needed to get almost to the 24. So that will give the Bruins the football.
But if you look at the Bruins, I mean, there you got a guy jumping off into the neutral zone. Concentration. You made a good point.
So the Bruins are able to hold on 4th and 2, and they'll get the ball back at their 25-yard line with just one timeout remaining.
Well, when we go home tonight, you're going to stop by Zoom's and pick up a pizza or chicken or potato wedges or fill up your tank. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
All of the above.
All of those things. I think I just might option for the pizza tonight. I'm in kind of a pizza mood.
Hey, I'm always in a pizza mood.
Yeah,
I can eat pizza.
7 nights
and they're
a week.
Good. That's good pizza they've got, too.
7 nights a week, I could eat pizza. Lyles over the middle. Oh, you know that Overton knew he was going to take a hit, and quite frankly, the defender kind of held off on him. He could have really given him a lick.
Yeah, he really could have. He could have taken him down.
It was tea time, and I don't mean golf either.
Hitting the golf ball either, right?
Watch the replay here if you can see the 22 just quickly into your picture there. Kind of held up, and I know Overton says thank you. I do enjoy having both of my kidneys. That did stop the clock with 3:16 to go. Lyles back in the backfield without any help. And he will be taken down.
Oh, Big 55 just did not give up, Tim. And we got 2 Corey Davises on Kecoughtan team. Number 55 is Corey C. Davis. And we got another Corey Davis somewhere on there, but they'd call him Corey. The other Corey Davis is 57, so we got 55, 57. So that was Corey C. Davis. Make sure we get the right. Strike one.
That was a great play for the Warriors because it keeps the clock moving. You can't order these through the mail. You got to go in and have them fitted. Pass
Are
completed.
Those similar to the ones that Bob had on earlier?
Hopefully not. This is going to be short of the first down, so the clock continues to move.
But you got to go for it.
Oh, yeah. Fourth down, and they need a long two, need to cross the 35-yard line. That pass, last one was completed to Haygood, number 81. 2:02 left in the fourth quarter. Bruins last gasp here. Lyle throws too long, and it'll go over on downs to the Warriors with 1:52 left. We have a penalty flag. Yes, we do. Holding
against the defense. That's that'll keep first down.
That'll give them a first down. Did not see that.
Held one of the receivers going out, I think, is what happened. Now, I didn't see where the penalty was thrown.
Might be in front of the bench area there because I can't see where it was either. But nonetheless, yet another penalty.
We have holding on the defense, 10 yards, first down.
So a fresh set of downs as the Bruins catch a break. Lyles got a man open.
And it looks like a first down.
Right at the first down marker. Depending exactly where the mark is, that was Mr. Spite. And they do give him the first down. Again, no one in the backfield. Flooding the zone. Lyles now decides to run and is tripped up, lost the football. And the Warriors get it back, and I look around to see if there's a penalty flag, and I don't see one. And with 1:28 left, as you see on your scoreboard there, that one should just about do it. Watch your replay.
Well, he slipped here. Lyles slips, and he put the ball down, his hand with the ball in it to balance himself, and right there, and the ball just came out.
So turnover number 8.
But we've got double-digit turnovers.
Turnover number 8, I believe, for the Bruins. And an official's stoppage of play, and now we're set to go. Not sure what that was about. Pitch to the tailback. Nothing happening. Mr. Justin Green.
He said, too many Bruins. I want to take the smart way out and just go down and live to run again.
So a loss on the play, but again, of really no consequence as we are inside of a minute to go. The Warriors just want to wear the clock out at this point. This is Green, and Green picks up good yardage. Out to the 47-yard line. Didn't really comment too much tonight on the football field, but of course, if you haven't seen this new field here at Darling Stadium, it is beautiful. This is the finest high school facility in the state. I think I can say that without any hesitation. Got a timeout for equipment.
Yeah. But you're right. Larry Malloy and his staff are real pleased with the new field. They took 8 inches off the crown, put up new goalposts, resodded it with 419. What is that? Bermuda, and it's really nice. You walk out there, Tim, and you like it.
Oh, I've been out there. It's just like a carpet.
And I like to get some balls and go out there. And, no, they wouldn't want me to do that.
No chipping on the football field.
And that's it. That's it.
You'd be required to replace all divots.
Yes. Congratulations to our players of the game, Wilson Banks and Jonas Watson.
And we want to thank our corporate sponsors tonight, Zooms with 6 convenient Peninsula locations. And this game also brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home.
Who is the manager? Is
Nancy Staten.
Nancy Staten
over there. Okay, that's the final. The score 17-0. Kecoughtan evens their record at 1-1, and Bethel does likewise. Each team now with 1 win and 1 loss on the season. For the entire Channel 46 crew, for Bob Hinson, Bob Gillen, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.